An escalating exchange of words between the United States and North Korea is alarming international leaders. Russia's foreign minister estimated the risk of a military conflict between the U.S. and the rogue nation as, quote, very high, and said Moscow is deeply concerned. German Chancellor Angela Merkel wouldn't say whether Germany would stand with the U.S. in case of a military conflict and has since called on the UN Security Council to continue to address the issue. Meanwhile, American and South Korean leaders said that they would move forward with large-scale military exercises later this month that North Korea claims are a rehearsal for war.
If he utters one threat in the form of an overt threat, which, by the way, he has been uttering for years and his family has been uttering for years, or if he does anything with respect to Guam or any place else that's an American territory or an American ally, he will truly regret it.
Back here at home, President Trump's statements have local families concerned. WSLS 10's Patricia Martellotti explains how his words are impacting families in the Roanoke Valley with ties to South Korea.
Richard Ha is a local Korean American who moved to Roanoke to study medicine 5 years ago. With more than some 30 relatives, including a grandmother living in South Korea, his concerns run deep.
We did get very worried because I do have a lot of family members there, and everybody wants peace. We built up a lot over there within the last 50 years, and with just one outbreak of fighting a war, all of that could be gone in an instant.
In addition to concerns about the safety of his relatives living in South Korea, Ha also describes how much Korea could lose in the event of a war.
It'd be very hard to rebuild those things back up.
Professor Jung Ra, who teaches political science at Hollins University, also has family residing in South Korea. He explains that if South Korea went to war, even without the use of nuclear weapons, the results would be disastrous.
It'll cost 17,000 lives in the southern section alone per minute. Think about that.
While Ha's greatest concern includes his relatives who live in Seoul, South Korea,
they're within that dangerous range to get harmed by the North Korean army. So
he says many of them are so used to the dangers that they've become numb to it.
I don't sense that you're numb to it at all.
No, because I'm on the U.S. side, so I can sense the seriousness of the situation.
Yet the Roanoke medical student remains optimistic.
Grateful that the South Koreans and the United States has a good relationship.
As Mr. Ha continues his medical training, he's hopeful that the two countries will find a peaceful and diplomatic solution. In Roanoke, Patricia Martellotti, WSLS 10.